Ice-T is the illest?
Yeah.
Of all the other, respectfully. Hold on. Respectfully, he opened doors.
Welcome, good evening, Judies. Hi, everyone. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to the SinglyGay podcast. Also to our YouTuber Judies, because we know y'all like visuals and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Please make sure you
like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Well, you get, so you can know every time we upload and all that good stuff. Yeah. So, however, as y'all see, we got this fabulous. The cameras is moving. Wait, I thought he had a rotated.
I saw the shifted. It was a shift in the room.
I thought he had a rotated camera. I was saying, how you can do that? I might need to get one.
I did.
I was just trying to center my face.
Okay, because I'm like, wait, say what? We got a special Judiee with us this evening. Mr. Bôbo, as I'm saying
that's
correctly. That's it. You gotta say it from your diaphragm, from your chest. Bôbo.
You gotta use the diaphragm.
You gotta let him know what's going on. He came up in here and he giving me very Lenny Kravitz type of vibe.
Actually, he is. Yes, it was giving me that vibe.
I was like, okay, come on, Lenny's cousin of or something, or maybe twice removed from relative.
Twice removed.
Younger brother.
That's who it could be, a younger brother. Also, we wanted to say, this is season 4 premiere.
Season 4
premiere. This season 4 premiere.
Hey!
The first episode, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it's been so long.
It has been a long time.
It's been a
We
long
took
time.
a good
We took
hiatus.
Like what, 6?
About 6 months. It was about 6 months.
What was the reason for the break?
Well, it's a I've learned about podcasts, and it's a lot that goes into it. So this season has actually grown in a way that I didn't think it would.
Okay.
So it's like a lot of behind the scene moving parts. So by the time this airs and drops and people watch this, those moving parts will all be in the bio.
Okay.
But it's been the experience of like getting certain guests, this season, that I'm so excited I can't, with you being one of them, share with everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't read the shirt, a lot of other things that are happening. So I just want to make sure that the Judies understand that we are very invested in this, and we're invested in them just as much as they invest in us, because it's them the reason why we have a platform. It's them the reason why people come and they want to listen to us and listen to other Judies have to say. They come, let us know about their background, of what they're doing, their artistry, from music to being a stylist to being a dancer to being, or somebody that works in the advocacy within a community and teaching a lot of different things. So, I always want to make sure I got all those rooms for everybody to share those things. Because I think at this time, like, we're still learning. So it's like we know stuff, but it's always room to keep growing, dropping knowledge, some nuggets, the education, all of those things, because I feel like it's a need to know basis, especially now that we're in a type of generational gap. But that's neither here nor there. Brother, say, hey, Mr. Bôbo, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm so blessed. Thank you for having me.
Oh no, we thank you for coming on, child, because I've been following you for a minute. I had to get into all your social medias because I think you was on Instagram first. I want to say Instagram you was on, and then you got on to all the other platforms once you.
I feel like things really was started to take off on IG for me, and then from there it kind of trickled into the other platforms. Probably last year was when my YouTube really started to pop with my with the release of my lead single for my album, and then probably in the last 2 weeks my TikTok is starting to take off as well. I tell people, whether you're an artist or whatever, I tell people in general all the time, man, in this time frame, in this climate, you can't skip out on using social media. I know it can give people anxiety. I mean, for as long as I've been on it, I get tired of it as well, but it cuts out the middleman. going back to the artist conversation, I feel like if you're an artist, and that's actor, that's musician, that's songwriter, rapper, whatever, singer, whatever, influencer, fashionista, whatever it is, you cannot. It's such a huge disservice for yourself. You cut time, you shave time off of however long it takes for you to get to where you're going. If you invest your time into your socials, and it's all about just finding your niche where you fit in. I think of all of the social platforms, I think TikTok makes it so much. I think it makes it easy for you to figure out where you fit in, and they bring your following to you. Whereas with a lot of the other followings, you kind of got to go out there and play around, comment and like and message and blah blah blah, just to get and post, just to get the algorithms, running. But with TikTok, you have an idea. You put it out there and they bring it to you. I think it's fascinating, man, how quickly my TikTok has been starting to grow. Now I say grow like I got a million followers.
Yeah, the good building a community and stuff like that.
But you just see like, let's just say I average 100 followers a week on IG. I'm averaging 2,000 a week with TikTok. You can't, these numbers aren't, and that's only if you like have a post or two that goes viral. Exactly. But the chances, the likelihood, the opportunity for you to go viral is substantially higher with TikTok than any other platform.
Right. No, that definitely makes sense. But now we here
back in action.
We doing the thing, it's popping on the IG. YouTube was doing good, and TikTok finally got you that algorithm, because I had to put us on TikTok because we didn't have a TikTok for a while. And I was just like, well, maybe if I start dropping some of our clips, like it brings more to the channel, the platform, because like streaming wise, we're good streaming. Like the numbers are great streaming. We good. I'm just trying to get the visuals up because everybody asks for this, that they want to see the visuals, the conversations, how we was laughing and all of that other stuff. So I'm like, well, we're here. So now go to YouTube and watch it. Because
click in.
Just click in. You never know who you gonna see.
That's right.
So, but I wanted to say I did listen to the album.
Yes.
The whole entirety.
Hold on, wait. Before you still get there, we still have not introduced ourselves.
They can still catch up. Edwins know what to do.
Oh, we're gonna do it. Okay.
Edwins know what to do. But for all the Judies that's watching, y'all know who I am, Mr. Aquarius Kelly, and we got our other
Judiee, Mr. Siobhan.
That part. See how we did that?
Real quick.
Now watch how he gonna go and chop it screwed up real quick. And we was like 35 minutes in with this introduction.
I love it.
I love my team is small, but I love them. It's just a great village and support. And even when things like all disarray, like the way my videographer editing skills is, I'm telling you, they won't know.
I love it. I'm here for it.
They won't know. I'm just saying. But the album.
Yes.
Sorry, the album.
Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
I had to hold on because I got to pull up my notes now. I was ready I used my weekend to party and to educate myself.
Man, look, have to. I feel like podcasters, YouTubers, you're a part of this entertainment world, and you have to going out, and it's not just about going out and partying. Like you're networking, like you're talking to you, whether people realize it or not.
Right.
When you're out and about doing what you're doing, you're interacting. That is an opportunity to network and to share what you do, to bring more people in awareness to what you do. So I get it, man. I had to go out last night with one of my good friends. He DJs, so I went out with him. I was like, man, I'm trying to work on a few more songs. Let me throw on some clothes. Let me get out there real quick. It was a late night, but that's a part of the job. You know what I mean? And so you have to be able to juggle all of that and And look, I got my coffee. I'm here.
Mind you, you got your coffee. What I say, friend? I was gonna go get my coffee this morning, and grapefruit juice.
Hey, I like it.
You know, I gotta do what I got to do. But sir, this album, right?
Yes.
AV2.
Yes.
The cover is an amazing one.
Thank you.
I love the cover. Now I know we can't get to all the songs, right? Yeah. But like I said, I listened to them, so each one gonna get a little synopsis of like what I thought from listening to it.
I'm here for
it. So the first one, GM, Get Money.
Yeah.
I love the technicality, the lyricism in it, like the play on some words and back and forth. Now the only thing that stuck out to me, because I love the line that he says in this song. So you call yourself, hold on, let me see. The gay black Adonis. Is that what you said?
What's the lyric? The first, what is it? I'm trying to think. Where was it at in the song? First verse, second verse. What was it?
I want to say it was the first, but I think it probably might have been the second verse.
I wake up flawless, skin the color of chocolate. The black gay Adonis guy's great. Life's awesome. Yes. I'm a bad bitch walking, feeling like money made boxing. I got no loss. Yeah. The first gay black. So, what do you see? What do you feel? What do you envision an Adonis when you hear that word?
Like, I feel like somebody that's, to me, like as being in the black community, we talk a man's man. You stand straight. You always look a man in the eye. You stand firm. You stand strong when you enter the room. Like, people know that you're in that room. You're in that space, and it's not over like a cocky or confident type of thing. It's just
it's a
you
presence.
Know who you are. It's a whole different type of vibe and presence. And when you said it, he said one time. I was like, let me go back. I said, what you not gonna do, sir? Okay.
I think it's so important for a songwriter, but more specific, a rapper's pen to be especially in this day and age, anybody can be a rapper these days. Anybody can be a rapper, I pride myself in my storytelling. There's a wide variety of different ways I could have said something, but everything that I say has an intention. And what your description of it was right along the same lines. It's a presence, when I enter a space, there is a presence that is felt, whether I'm speaking or talking or not. And I am representing two different communities. And, on one end, as a black man, there's already an established image of what it means to be a strong black man, which, we can go down that rabbit hole, but I feel like there should be, there's spectrum in a lot of different things, whether it's your sexuality or whether it's, what it means to be a man, whatever that is, whatever that means for people. There's a spectrum. You can be a nerd and should be considered a strong black man. You can be, a scientist, a doctor, a basketball player, whatever. And if you have a presence about yourself, there should be nothing wrong with you having that, a title of such, of being a strong black man. So, you have that. And then on the other end, as a gay man, as a gay black man, when I started being comfortable with my sexuality, not to say that I was closeted, just to be clear, because I've always known what I've liked. I think it just, I don't come off as strongly flamboyant. And it was always, when I was exploring and navigating my sexuality in college, why would I discuss, liking dudes with my guy friends that I know didn't like dudes? You know what I mean? Like, there was just, I knew that there was going to be a connection there. So I wouldn't discuss it. And it wasn't until I got out, moved back out west, and you go to West Hollywood, and you can watch movies, right, and see what a world would look like. It's different when you're in it and you're experiencing it and you're seeing it and you're touching it and you're smelling it in the real world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was a shift for me, because to be able to see guys holding hands publicly was like, wow, that's very profound. That's something that I want to, that I would want to be able to do, because that helps me to grow and develop into who I am. And so, I feel like when I first, got, not attached myself. When I first started, being open with my sexuality and whatever, I didn't feel like there was a lot of people that looked and sounded like me in that community, which is still disheartening to this day for me, because I'm not, I own a pair of wear bottoms. If I want to wear some heels, I will. But it's more about style, it's more about fashion. You know what I mean? It's like, how can I make this look versus I'm wearing heels in lipstick and makeup and throwing on a wig. Like, it's just, that's not me. No shade to anybody that that's a part of that. But I felt like, because I wasn't doing that, the community wasn't really embracing me and the stories that I had to tell, with my music. So for me saying, the Black gay Adonis guy's great lifestyle, that's me. Hey, this is who I am. That's what I represent. A strong Black, man, gay Black man that is, I feel like, a perfect mixture of both. No shade to anybody else. Right. I'm saying that just to represent myself. There's nothing wrong with being confident. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like I represent a perfect blend of both masculine and feminine energy, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with embracing one. There's so much power and strength in femininity. I was raised by two strong Black women, so there should be nothing wrong with me, showcasing that. So that's where that was coming from. You're absolutely right. You hit the nail right on the head.
Because I was just like, I knew it had to be something, child. Because I was just like, I said, okay, because so now, I do like Thirst Trap Thursday.
Yeah.
And I heard a particular voice on the track, and I was like, wait a minute, I follow this person's like everything, because I love their little cartoon commentary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how was you able to get them on the song?
So I had been following him, I think it was the pandemic 2020 when I had discovered him. Mm-hmm. And, because we was all stuck at home, so we had nothing to do but to consume social media. And I just, like you, I fell in love with the characters, man. The voices, you've never seen Disney characters really talk like that.
Okay.
And you felt represented. Do you know what I mean?
And for the people that's probably watching it, like, wait, what y'all talking about? I don't know his name, but I want to shout out to
who?
Is Queen Ratchet? I think that's his.
Oh yes, Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua. See, I don't know his name.
Queen of the Ratchets.
Queen of the Ratchets, baby. Because those clips. When I tell you those clips got me through the pandemic, I'm like, what in that? When did the villains start getting a whole argument with each other? Like, I've never seen.
Yes.
It's like, if Disney allowed him to really create.
No,
like
see,
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna watch it.
The T is this: Disney's not gonna do that. Disney's not gonna do that because that's different from. And I've talked with him about it. Disney's not gonna do that because that's so far left of what they represent as a brand. Now Mickey Mouse don't play no games, and Mickey don't take no phone calls, and whatever Mickey says goes. Mm-hmm. So what I talked with him about, and this is I feel like just the better thing, just the better idea. This works best for what he has going on with his brand. Create your own new characters, which is what he's doing. And when I say by create your own characters, I mean get you the artists, the the people to create, to draw your own characters that fit those voices that you're creating. There's no excuse in this time period. Oh well, I don't know who to. I'm not saying this is what he was saying, but I'm just saying for other people, just to give you a visual. Well, I don't know, how do I get Pixar writers and artists to be able to write and draw? There's a thing called LinkedIn, and if you search for it, you'll find them, because there's a lot of people who are doing freelance work in this topic. So he's already working on it, and it'll be his own world, and it'll make sense for him, and he won't have to pay nobody or give a share or portion or all of it, all of his creative freedom to somebody else, just because they have the financial muscle to be able to do so. No. So he's working on it right now. But yeah, I discovered him then and just fell in love with the stories that he was telling. It was so funny. And when I was writing the song, I knew that was what the intro was. I knew the intro was going to need a voice like that. I mean, to be quite frank, I wrote that part in the beginning of the song with him in mind. There was nobody else that I wanted to do that voiceover, because I wrote it with him in mind. Like, I wrote it for him, and it was just a matter of him to be like yay or nay. So we had talked several times on the phone and FaceTime. He's such a good dude, such a humble dude. We were both inspired by each other, man. I flew him out and for the video, because I couldn't just have him in the voiceover. He had to be in the music video too.
Yes, that's true. Because I would be like, how you get the voice but not the person? Come now, with you not
to me,
it would be like that. Because we still gonna go down these checklists. However, we already gave a little synopsis and talked about this a little bit. But for everybody that's still watching us, because we want y'all to continue to keep watching, topic at hand for this evening is gay and hip hop. If you haven't noticed, like I said, we already touched on it a little bit, but we gonna keep going, because I'm going off in the direction of some of the title of these songs. While we got, Mr. Bôbo here, you breaking it down for us. Like I said, we can't get to every track list, but I'm hitting the ones for me. Like I said, I'm very heavy in music. That's the background I come from. A lot of us come from church. I come from church, so when I hear a song, the beat is cute. Now I gotta surpass the beat, because now I need to go and get into these lyrics and understand, like, why was it written like this and why was it broken down like this. However, so going to interchange to that, we gonna go into No Help. Now, this is the thing that I like about No Help. Honestly, it's all over the whole entire album. I like that you went not only to create something magic that was authentically yourself, you did it in a way that you needed to be able to express and explain your story. But I find it very interesting that you paid a lot of homage to a lot of great heavy hitters that like paved the way and just led that within your music. Well, also, touching on the late great Nipsey Hussle, like, what made you wanted to add those different layers to want to be in your writing and lyricism to give education to people that probably wouldn't have never like heard the people or their music or know where they came from or who they were? Like, what made you wanted to just kind of like pay homage to them and put them in the album?
The tea is this, and I feel like I can't speak for everybody when it comes to their writing. I can't speak for everybody when it comes to rap and hip hop. I just can't do that. I don't have that. I haven't been in the game long enough to be able to say anything like that. But for me, it was I felt like it was my duty to be able to pay my dues and pay homage to those who have come before, because that's that's hip hop. I never wanted to do music. I went to school for theater arts and graphic design. And I played football. So it was like when I was finished with school, when I was done with ball, it was okay, let's figure out this acting thing and how do I break in. And I think at the root of it, I've always wanted to tell stories, regardless of whether that was through acting or music or whatever. The umbrella, I wanted to tell great stories. And when I made that transition into music and into hip hop specifically, I felt like as an artist, I had to pay homage to the art form that is hip hop. So I put out, my mixtapes to figure out my sound, to figure out what people liked from me, and then just fine-tuned, shaved, worked out, whatever we want to call it, to create what you hear, the sound that you hear today. And with in particular, with specifically Nipsey Hussle, I discovered him probably maybe a year before his death, his passing, and so I'm not gonna cap and say, I'm 10 toes down on Nipsey. I've been following him forever. I'm not gonna say that. But what inspired me most about that individual is he was such a hustler, such a grinder. Never gave up on his dreams and his pursuits with music, and he gave back to his community. I might not have been listening to his music for as long as he's been in the game or have been in the game, but his impact was so profound that it had a shift, and it affected me in not in how I navigate my journey as an artist and the stories that I tell. I feel like you just have to. I feel like you have to pay homage to people that have come before you, and you can enter the game, in entertainment or music business, however way you enter in it. But I feel like there's certain things that you gotta do and go through as in hip hop, because it's about respect. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people, who people might not ordinarily think that would be receptive of the stories that I tell or show respect to me as a new artist. I think that's why they do, because they see and sense that I'm already giving the respect. Not even expecting it back, but just doing the work. You know what I mean? So it's about the work. It's about the work, paying homage and paying.
I'm like, you name some good people now.
Yeah.
You named some good folks. I was like, oh, okay. Come on, Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Hello.
The voice herself, Miss Whitney Houston.
Yeah, you talk about Bad Bitch Walking.
That too, yes. Because I was going down all the list. I'm like, oh, so you gonna name everybody? Like,
yeah, well, we can cuss on here.
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure. Not to say I'm about to throw out a bunch of cuss words. I just wanted to make sure, Yeah, Bad Bitch Walking is such a. It piggybacks on what I told you, what we discussed, previously about, power and femininity and female strength, and strength and female energy. That's what Bad Bitch Walking is. And me paying homage to all of these strong, powerful women who have changed the game, and for me at least, but changed the game for music in a wide variety of different ways. With Missy Elliott and her upbringing, with Beyonce, with obviously Whitney, you know what I mean? Just to name a few, Lil' Kim, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, like all of these women have had a profound effect on me, not just as an artist, but as a man, as a gay man, as a gay black man. They have all, in a wide variety of different ways, unique ways, helped to shape me and give me confidence in who I am and who I represent. Or what I represent. And so it's about respect, man. I don't know how other people do it, but there's no way that I would be able to do what I do had I not listened or heard, the music and stories that they tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, especially like I said, this era of music to me now, I really said it's not really the greatest to listen to. It's nothing wrong with it. It's just, for me, certain artists is not the greatest to listen to. Like, I look young, yes, but I'm like, I grew up in the 80s. So growing up in the late 80s and going into the 90s and getting real, genuine, heartfelt music, like, yeah, when I was younger, it was fun to us to listen to because it was a jam back then. So like now listening to these same songs that I grew up listening to, it hit different once I got into the lyrics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, MJB, use her as an example. Like Mary, I love all of Mary music, but then to now go back and like she was going through life. I've been through life. She was going through life. She was telling her stories.
Yeah. But now that I was jamming to her life story. Yeah. But now that I've gone through life, yeah, I received that too. I feel like music nowadays it's not telling stories anymore.
No.
There's no storytelling in this. It's just I'm gonna drop a hard 16 bars that I'm possibly talking about somebody else or shading some light that I may not really be going through in real life, or I'm just painting something that's a facade. You know what I'm saying?
But even with dropping the 16 bars, your 16 bars is less than like 2 minutes and some change. Like I remember music being long for like 3 or 4 minutes. I don't know when we start cutting it down.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna get nothing from you in 2 and 15 seconds.
There's definitely a shift in you guys are hitting everything. You're hitting everything, and that's the beauty of music. It is a universal language, and whether you speak the language whether somebody speaks English or understands English or not, you can feel it. That's how music should be. You should be able to feel it, because it's a universal language. So you should be able to your spirit should be able to translate what I'm saying, whether you know what I'm saying or not. That's the power of an influence of music. And there has been a shift. People's social media has warped and mutated a lot of people's attention spans. And yes, some people aren't giving. There is a lot of music out there that lacks substance. But there are a few, there's a handful of people that are leading the charge on being able to give you, a minute, 60 seconds, a minute, maybe 2 of something that's of substance. There are people that are capable of doing that, and it's just about adapting to one's environment. When I put out, because music changes and evolves. Hip hop changes and evolves. Like that's just what it does. Your job as an artist is to be able to figure out how to bridge those gaps, right? Figure out how can I still hold true to who I am as an artist, hold true to what hip hop is, what it stands for and represents, whilst at the same time capturing the attention of the youth and capturing the attention of the new age of people, of what people like to listen to with music. That is a part of the work, that is a part of the job and duty of being able to do that. And I think that's a beautiful thing. You don't want people. You don't want to wear the same, some people do. Some people are okay with that, but you don't want to wear the same clothes every day. You don't want to listen to the same song over and over and over until you've consumed it to where there's no magic left in it. You want some flavor. You know what I mean? And I think again,
you got additional seasoning.
Yeah, you gotta have some seasoning in your stuff.
Look, you can't be coming to me talking about some chicken, and I'm like, no season salt. no. So you just decided
no saison?
No saison. Now, mind you, if you bring me the chicken like that made me go back and ask, did you clean it?
Right.
This thing, right?
Now you're questioning everything about it.
Some vinegar? Because just people and I'm just saying, like, today's music, like I said, it's not bad. I want people to start being original. I think we're literally in the non-original era. But you do have, like you said, you do have your twos and fews and certain artists that are giving you that. And like some of those artists, like I do see like Jasmine Sullivan, Tierra Whack, my girl Rhapsody. I love Rhapsody, child. Like Rhapsody giving me everything that I need. You know, my Ari Lennox, like, cause I guess because I miss R&B, and I'm glad R&B trying to come, you know, slide its way up in it.
Like, because I feel like rap is getting it to a point where it's starting to fade out, where now it's gonna have to go through this change. Mm-hmm. Because you got every rap artist that is sounding the same. They're going for the same sound, same beat, same tone, same. You know what I'm saying? Everything's the same. Even for those artists that have even created that sound, now it's like, well, you created the sound. Everybody's on this sound now. What else is new for you?
Yeah, and that's
I mean, like I said, like, so when I listen to your album, it gives me variety. Like, you know, certain artists, you can listen to their song and the next song sound like the next song, and the next song sound like the like. I don't want it to be like that. You know what I'm saying? And I need different. If you gotta go in and make the best rock and roll, disco, alternative, like, I don't care how many genres you need to mesh and throw into one and give me a big bowl of spaghetti. Just, you know, for some people, just figure it out. Yeah. But in the process of it all, like, you doing this, you know, like you said, you coming out as a new artist, you feel like it was your due diligence to pay homage to the ones before you, like, open that door and pay them respect and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, we already know in this hip hop industry, especially being Black and gay, like, with even just the journey itself in the process, like, what was kind of some of the downfalls or like the bad situations of it all? Why you just continue to push through all of this because you like, I'm gonna get my work out, I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna.
Yeah. You know. I think part of it is nothing new from any other artist. Meaning not giving up is probably such a huge major key. That's no different from any artist under the umbrella. For me, I think that's one of the major differences between somebody that's quote unquote made it, whatever that means for you, whether that's you're a working artist, whether you're famous, some people are into it for fame, you know, whatever that is, right? And somebody that's not and still working multiple other jobs and, you know, still hustling and grinding. The major difference between the two is the person who's made it never gave up on their shit. There are a handful of people who it's like, oh, you know, they know this person, they know that person, they're family with this person, they're sleeping with that person. But most, you know, the ones that, you know, have substance, they just never gave up. So that's that, right? It's just mentally about saying, hey, this is what I want to do. I've always, like I said, I've always been a storyteller, whether I knew that that's what I wanted to do or not. I've always loved telling stories. I've always loved entertaining people. So for me, there was nothing else that I felt I wanted to do. And I invested all of my time and energy into that. And so the work, the hard work paying off, the blessings that I'm starting to see now is happening because of the hard work that I put in, you know, over the years. As far as the other part, I feel like the biggest, surprisingly for me, I felt like there was more straight people that was fucking with my shit than there were gay people in the beginning, which was very surprising for me because, I mean, it was surprising at first. Then you start to see how things are. Like, for example, I mean, let's dive into it a little bit. For example, when I first went to my first Pride event, my first LA Pride event, most of the artists were pop artists. Or pale-faced it. And this is no shade. This is, you know, it's all tea. I love everybody under our, you know, in our community, because we all bring something special to the table. We all represent some form of on the spectrum where, for somebody that sees them and say, oh, that looks like me, you know, but I never saw anybody that looked and sounded like me, you know, in our community at the time. And so that was one of the things I was like, man, like, they're not really, you know, they're not really fucking with me. So I had to switch some things up. Instead of it being just all bars, all lyrical, like I had to, you know, research and study other people that are popping off at the time and seeing what they're doing and how can I do it better. I think that's the blueprint, or, you know, for everybody. You know, you can't. I think that's another thing for me that helps me in my journey is if what I'm doing isn't working, then I'm gonna figure out another way to be able to do it that makes it work. Like I'm not gonna do the same thing over and over, thinking a different. You know, that's insanity by definition. You know, expecting a different result. But that was one of the first things I was like, wow. And even still, you know, like there's people, man, that still don't know that I'm gay. And I
don't know. I have to laugh. I'm like, oh no,
child. People be like, yo, like if you don't say it in your lyrics, like we might not even know that you're gay. Like, which is cool, but why do I have to
announce
gay it up? Why I gotta gay it up for other people to be like, wow, he's a part of us, or he's a part of the community?
I actually have a question, because it's interesting that he carries the masculinity of a male hip hop artist, where you would think the industry would respect this side versus Love You Saucy, but versus a Saucy Santana. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's like you would think they would resist him more because he's so flamboyant, so out there with the nails, the makeup, and not knocking you. We're just comparing how you would think the industry would rather.
Well, the thing is, so the industry would, but you got to keep in mind we already have a Lil Nas X. So that's not what they're saying we're trying to be, but I'm looking at the dynamics of how they flipped him. Like he came into this industry, you know, being whoever that is, he is what it looked like. Because like he said in the beginning, he didn't. You know, people already knew, but some people didn't know he was getting this things, whatever. So, you know, they was giving him like a whole black cowboy vibe or whatever and stuff like that. Because the kids fell in love with him, this, and the third. So like now, this transition of his career, everybody feel like this is Lil Nas X and his flamboyantness. Like now he's walking around with the nails and the bag, and he probably doing this. You know, he was Nikki for Halloween.
But why does it take all of that for you to have to show your like for you to show that what your sexuality is?
Right.
Like, why does it take all?
But my thing is this: I don't think that it should take anything. I feel like women, even though they go through so much in the industry, they have also had the room to be able to express, explore everything, whatever that is, and they can go and get a husband and have kids, and they won't be looked at as such.
Right.
But it's like if a black man walking into something in any room and you just freely want to express yourself, you know, coloring your nails, putting some heels on, changing your hair, you know, wearing something more form-fitting, this and the third. This is the thing. I find it funny that it's 2022 when we talking about this, but a lot of the things that people feel that it's gay, it's not for black men, we created that shit back then.
Right.
Yeah.
Like this has been going on since. You talking about makeup? In certain era in life, women wasn't allowed to wear makeup. Who you think was wearing it? The men. You get what I'm saying? So like this whole like, oh my God, heels and pumps are for women. Women wasn't able to wear those. Who was wearing them? The men. So like, I just need people when they trying to finesse and take digs at certain things and say what a black man should be and how it should be that and should be that. Like go and look at the black men that was doing it. Like go. Yeah. Everybody rocked with Prince, but never said nothing about him wearing heels, keeping their hair done, having a beat mug. Like nobody said nothing. Rick James, same thing, honey. He came in with the glitter down, oily, got his shirt off, clothes be extra tight, honey. You can see dick balls and booty everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have some speculations. I have, you know, my own ideas on it, but I don't know. It's inconclusive. But also I don't let it get in the way of the work of the music. I observe and I keep it moving. You know, I'm a big fan of Saucy Santana. You know, I love what he's doing, and what he's done, and opened so many doors for people like me, for everybody. You know, anybody that's black and anybody that's black and gay that's telling our story, which is hip hop, because hip hop is deeply rooted in people that look like us.
Exactly.
I applaud them because they are opening doors for us. You know what I mean? And I'm not as I'm not as flamboyant as Saucy Santana, but I still see bits of myself in him enough to where he inspires me to continue to move forward in what I'm doing. He lets me know that it's possible. There's other artists that have done that, that continue to do that. But I find it very interesting that the community at large would rather me be super flamboyant in order for them to say, "Oh yeah, he's one of us.
He's rocking with us."
Yeah, we need to have way more conversations and provide way more open spaces, or create the space. Like I'm
Look, I'm down for that because I like to let my people know, like, it's different variations of black men.
There's different variations of gay black men. So, you know what I mean? Like,
everybody's not going to be the same. Just because you like a beat face in a purse, I might not rock a beat face in a purse, but like I'm still rocking with you. Like, I like a person for them to authentically be themselves. So if you want to, we go hang out, put on your party freakum dress like Beyonce with your tutu and your, like, we can still hang. That's just not me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put on my hoodie with my Jordans or some Timbs and give a little boy fashion, like, well, let's go out, like, what's up?
It all takes time. It all takes time. I'm not too concerned. I'm not too pressed, because just bird's eye viewing my journey, I can see the progress and I can see the upward forward progression of it all. Exactly. So it's coming little by little. It takes time, and I don't get discouraged by it. I let it motivate and inspire, and we just continue to to make it happen.
Now that's a good thing. And with the making it happen, like, we're gonna make it happen here because it is time for tea and hot chocolate. We'll say tea and hot chocolate. I'll say tea and hot chocolate. Tea and hot chocolate. Tea and hot chocolate. I'll say tea. Yes. It's definitely time for tea and hot chocolate in this gig. I love doing tea and hot chocolate. Right? You do. Like, I feel like that's the best part. Like, this is where we can really, like,
get the good questions. I always get the, like.
Well, I'm gonna need y'all to start writing better questions, y'all. I'm gonna have somebody else write these questions because y'all be doing them out. So, Mr. Bôbo, do you like games?
You gotta pull it from me.
Yeah, you gotta pull it from the diaphragm. You gotta take the praise.
Yeah.
Ooh, darling. Yes. So, with tea and hot chocolate over here at the SinglyGay podcast family as GB. Yeah. So what we gonna do is just pull from our little tea bowl, little teapot, and we just gonna ask some questions now. So if these questions to you feel very truthful, it's tea. It's hot piping tea, right? So if
do I need to go get my teacup?
That one.
Run and get it.
You better run and get it. So, but if it's not, it's just the Milky Way of things.
It's the whole Milky Way.
Yeah, part. Hot chocolate. If it's not the truth, so you get truth and false, tea and hot chocolate, hand in hand.
It's true or false.
So that's what it's like. But remember, it's tea or hot chocolate.
Okay. So I have to say whether it's tea or hot chocolate.
Yes.
You ask the question, I answer it, or do you ask the question and I say tea or hot chocolate?
The second part.
The second one.
You can do a little rebuttal if you like, but I'm just saying there's a couple questions here.
Give me one practice one. Give me one practice run. Don't pull out here.
So give me one practice. We're gonna let Fran pull. Fran gonna pull the question, right? It's gonna be a light one, and then we're gonna start with this ready. Okay, Fran, you gotta really, like, get in there.
Can you mind your business? I got it. My hands is big, girl. This is a small teapot. My hands is big. It's going small.
Yeah.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Magic Mike. I ain't got time.
All right, tea or hot chocolate? The Proud Family has a new series out.
Oh, that's tea.
Okay.
What's the name of it though?
Oh, now see, now I don't know all that now.
I don't know.
Listen now, I'm aware of it. I can see if I wasn't aware of it.
I'm pretty proud and I'm cute and I'm loud. Good show. That's my show.
I know, girl.
Have y'all seen it yet?
I've seen it. It's really good.
It's good.
I don't even know why you asked that. He just gave you the theme song. Off red.
Don't.
He just gave you the theme song off red.
I didn't get into it.
It's time for your tea or hot chocolate.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
What you, a cow?
Yeah, I'm chewing. I'm imagining steak.
Oh,
steak.
Oh yeah, I forgot she just cleared her sister.
Mm-hmm. You know, pregnancy delays. So, so tea or hot chocolate, right? You right? Because that was the easy one. So you think
that
that
easy,
now?
That was easy.
Okay. So tea or hot chocolate? Six Flags is the biggest amusement park in the world.
Hot chocolate.
See, look at you.
It's not.
You really thought Six Flags was the biggest amusement park in the world?
Which one?
Not over Disney.
Child.
Oh, I've never been to Disney.
I never been either, but if we on the amusement park spectrum of things, the largest amusement park in the world is Cedar Point.
What's that?
Cedar Point is in Sandusky, Ohio. It's bigger than all of the Six Flags.
I've never heard of it.
I used to work shout out to all my co-workers over at the Sandusky, Ohio, Cedar Point amusement park, because that's where I used to work at. That's where I met Dawn and Q from Day 26.
Oh, you met Dawn?
Yes. I'm trying to run into her again so we can update the photo, because that photo was back in like 09, I believe. She was in Daddy Gang still.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where you was at like that time.
I was working, making my money.
We know. That wasn't the only job.
Don't come on.
All
right. Tea or hot chocolate?
That's a long question. Oh well, I mean the paper was long.
I'm ready.
No, you ready, friend?
Yo, you get on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Tea or hot chocolate? Viola Davis has won an Oscar. Why do I feel like I've read this question?
Is she an EGOT?
Is she an EGOT?
That's the question. Is she an EGOT?
Is she what?
An EGOT. So Viola Davis, that she has all the awards.
Oh, all of them?
Yes.
Oh man, no, I think that's hot chocolate.
Ooh.
I want to say this too.
I think that's true.
I don't think Viola has all of them.
I don't think she won all of them.
I think she's close.
She's close.
We can Google now. I think she's close. I don't think she has them all. And Miss Viola Davis, if you see this, please, I'm a huge fan.
We love Viola. Yeah, we love it. Just to be clear, respectfully.
You know, but I don't think she got all.
I don't think she got all of them. What Google say?
What Google say? We're gonna say what Google say before we go to the next question. Right, her name ain't Victoria's Secret.
Oh, I need to pull out my phone.
Right, that's all like. Okay, there she go.
What it say?
Awards.
Right, what she get?
Let's see, wait.
So yeah, I don't think she not an EGOT. No.
Oh, she not. That's actually hot chocolate.
Yeah, no, she not an EGOT, friend.
Oh, we sure?
Baba went and went to go look. I'm looking at all the ones she got.
We're
looking at all of them. She ain't got it.
No wait, is it saying on your phone she got them on?
Hold on.
She got a Tony, right? I know she got a Tony. I know she got an Emmy.
What's it called? How do you spell it? IG.
So EGOT, EGOT. So she would have an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
No, because what would she have a Grammy for though?
Right, and that's what had me like, I don't think so, because she hasn't.
Yeah, no, she needs. That's what I thought. She need a Grammy.
That's the thing that she's missing.
That's the
respectfully,
Miss Viola Davis, get you a Grammy.
Queen
girl.
Viola Davis, respectfully.
Miss Queen, honey. Yes, let's get
okay.
This.
Cool. Yeah, hot tie. I was right.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to the people behind the scenes that be posing these questions.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got time.
I'm not even going to speak this one.
Mm-hmm. This is a new week. We just got here. It's Sunday.
That's the problem.
Ooh.
This week.
Yeah.
Read the question, honey.
Tea and hot chocolate. What?
No.
No. Tea and hot chocolate. Ice-T is the illest rapper.
Tea or hot chocolate?
Yes.
That's hot chocolate.
Ooh. Ice-T.
Ice-T is the illest?
Yeah.
Of all the other, respectfully. Hold on. Respectfully, he opened doors. He's one of the originators. Like,
yes.
But he's one of the illest. Wait. He's the illest?
The illest.
Not for me.
I'll take that, friend.
Not for me because it's just, I would have put, when you're talking about influence, for me, not for, again, he's one of the originators. So obviously he's up there. But for me, I would have put, a Tupac or a Biggie, for my generation, for my time period, for my birth. Because he was before me. So that's just like for example, like one of my songs, earlier songs, like I put on my mixtape, I paid homage to like some of the originators of hip hop, but that wasn't me saying, oh, like that's my favorite. Like, how could that possibly be when I wasn't even around when they, what I mean?
I respect that.
So it's more about timeline than it is about whether that's tea or hot chocolate. Because, asking me that question, I'm gonna be like, I mean, I know who he is, but that's like the equivalent of one of the, like somebody in elementary or middle school, or saying, oh, who's Ice-T. I would never say that because I know who he is, but you know what I mean.
Right now, they would say, "Who was Ice-T?" Like,
right.
They would. Is he from Law and Order?
He's on Law. Yeah, he's on. I think
that's what they would say. That would be their response. They wouldn't know him for rap. They wouldn't know him for his music.
Well, they would know him from TV. Yeah.
Again, respectfully, because I don't want nobody to come back at me.
It would be Law and Order because those movies that he was in, older. They were older, so they would still only know him for Law and Order.
But he's hot though. He's great. He's one of the great ones.
Okay, this is a good one.
But for me, the illest would have been.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Last question. Tia Hot.
Y'all trying to get me in trouble.
Ooh. Oh, this is about to be trouble too.
Y'all want Ice-T to come for me?
No. This is about to be a good one. Tia Hot Chocolate. Love and Basketball is the #1 black movie that everyone goes to.
As far as like referencing?
As referencing, yes.
As references?
I would.
Over Coming to America? You would choose Love and Hip Hop over Coming to America? There's way more.
Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball. There's way more references in Coming to America than Love and Basketball.
Well, I love Coming to America because when that came out, I was like 1 year old, right? But
and it's still relevant today. Like,
no, it's definitely still relevant.
No, it is. I feel like Coming to America was like, yes, black community comedy wise, yes. But I feel like black love,
yeah.
Then yes, number 1 million. Then we're on that. But you got to change. You would have to change the question.
Yeah. We would have to change.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't write it. However, we want to thank, Mr. Bôbo for playing tea and hot chocolate with us today, ladies and gents. Oh, yeah, we did that.
Thank you.
We want to thank y'all for definitely tuning in with us. This has been a great conversation. I hope y'all, got some gems out of this. Listen to some great things, because honey, we talked about a lot. I feel like we covered mostly all the bases, but it's only so much that we can cover in like a certain amount of time. So certain things might have to be like part 2s and part 3s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much we can give in 45 minutes. But
right.
We did that. Okay.
We touched every baseline. Honestly, we touched every baseline. We touched the album. We touched his journey through becoming music as a rapper artist.
And how he started and what made him and inspired him to do music. So,
and the transition, it kind of was like common, like Nicki Minaj. It was a theater major, then he went into rap. You know what I'm saying? So
I love it all.
We did that.
You got anything else you want to say to the people? Some
AV2, the album is out. Please give that a listen. My lead single, Thirst Trap Thursday, is still doing some numbers and making changes for me. Come to my social media page on Thursday. You'll always see some sexy men on Thirst Trap Thursday. Be on the lookout for my deluxe album that's coming. I have some new songs with other artists. Featuring other artists that are coming soon. Merch is coming soon. And performances as well. So stay tuned. Follow me on all social media platforms at BOBBYSANGO. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hook up my algorithm numbers. And follow me on TikTok. And be ready to be entertained. Okay.
That part. Y'all better. And y'all already know how we kick off with this thing. If you can't kiki with your Judies,
then who can you kiki with?
That's fine, guys. Judies, we want to definitely thank y'all for coming through tonight and watching this lovely premiere of season 4, episode 1. And to kick this thing off. And also, please make sure y'all go and like, subscribe, and share. Also comment below how you feel about these episodes coming your way.
Coming your way.
Say coming your way. Say coming your way. Yeah, so Judies, we love you. And also, if you would love to be a Judy, just come Judy and Kiki with us. That's what we do. It's all family over here. It's all love. And that's just what we given on that note. But we love you guys, and we thank you for tuning in to SinglyGay Podcast. And everyone have a good night.